Welcome back. It's Dust2 time here, our final game of the night for the ESL ESEA Pro League. The two French teams about to battle it out, Titan versus Envy. Titan off the back of a astounding defeat after a bit of timeout magic from Navi.
Timeout magic. We didn't notice it at the time. Obviously, remember there was a pause. It was 11-12. And it worked again. It worked again, sadly, for Titan, who were looking so good coming into it. But then Titan are now 6-6. 5-7, sorry, they didn't win that game. They're now 5-7, so they're actually in a tricky situation. Envy themselves, they're higher up, 7-4. Obviously, Navi have just leapfrogged them, so they're going to be looking to get a win here over Titan. It is on Dust2, the map, so big map for both teams, honestly, the Frenchies. Very much a French notion. It used to be German. We used to say the Germans.
Yeah, Mouse's Dust2 has kind of disappeared a bit recently.
Yeah, it's more about the French these days. But
I mean, according to Moses, TSM as well,
of course, he does say TSM are the best team in the world on that map.
Yeah, and I mean, so far, talking to TSM, speaking to them, well, they are the team that has lost the least in the Pro League, just letting 2 maps slip away so far in the 13 games they've played. That is a big, big win for them, and will continue to be so. Titan do pick up the knife, though. They have the choice of side, giving them that very slight leg up in this matchup. Always great to see the French teams play each other. These domestic matchups where you have to quite literally stare at the screen and go, these have all played together. You know, the Kenny Apex switch up. You have, on the other side of things, Smiths and Shocks battling to kind of, demonstrate why they are, they're a team to be reckoned with.
The last time I cast Dust2, which was, 2 weeks ago now, Fnatic started off 14-1 against NIP. and then NIP came back.
All the way?
And it ended, all the way to the very last round.
No,
and then they lost it in the last round. It was such a bonkers game. Absolutely brilliant stuff. I hope we get the same here because Titan at the moment are looking solid on the CT side. It was the T side where the massive side bias was in that matchup, but this time around, Titan do not mess around at the pistols, and RPK gets himself 3 with Screaming 2.
And so it begins. These teams know each other inside and out. Their AWPer and entry frag are stolen away from Titan, and the other two fall out from Envy, kind of falling into the lap of Titan as well. In what was a huge, huge roster switch-up. And talking of roster switch-up, Scream with one of the highest transfer fees CSGO has ever seen as well, on top of that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Although, speaking to parties unknown, it does seem like it actually was the deal. And Shoxy pops out, SMG in hand. Doesn't get a second, though. MBK not falling for his shenanigans. Smiths is going to try and get around on the back on short, though. But MBK is pushed on through into tunnels. Now, the rest of Envy were stacked up. Kenny S is all the way at the top with his... Where is he? I can't see him. There he is. Couldn't see him on the screen. Looking on the wrong one. There we go. Kenny S was pushing up. They've actually gifted Happy the scout.
Wait, what?
Which is what I was about to say. That's why I was confused by it. But he's just managed to find a headshot on screen. But a bit of punishment returned.
I mean, it was just the speed at which he found that frag. He was miles away in upper. As soon as he peeked, screen went down, and now Titan have just 3, and it does look like Envy have kind of done the math, and they realize it's going to be Smiths then left to his own devices to try and hold on. He's done a great job so far, does catch MBK, and now we're into a 3v3. Envy looks to be changing their minds, and RPK could get all the information he needs. It's beautiful as he finds Happy. He does catch a little glimpse of Kiyoshima's hand as well. Doesn't look like he's done just yet, and now it falls to existence. He has to stop Kenny. He has to be the gatekeeper, and he is going to be playing the time beautifully. 20 seconds. He knows the bomb's going to be in his hands. Catches Kenny with his pants down, and the bomb in his grasp, and it's going to be Kyo then, with just 15 seconds left to try and bring this round back under control. He's going to start strong and looking to finish exactly the same fashion. He fakes it, 8 seconds, now trying to draw Smiths out from the woodwork. It's not going to be enough. Smiths does stabilize for Titan, but so much damage done.
Very close round. A little bit of anger from Smiths there.
Like, boys, what are you doing?
You should not be going that close. Yeah, that really shouldn't be happening, but Envy, very loose on the T side there. They're obviously Happy got the one opener over on B. They decided to push A. That backfired. MPK got took out. Quickly all the way back over to B again. Very fluid style from Envy. And again, they're doing it the same thing. Going to split across, 2 over towards tunnels. Existence going very aggressive though. Look at the P90 play. If he pushes on down into lower tunnels, he's going to catch them both off guard. But instead, is he going to go for the full wraparound? It doesn't matter. Scream's there with support.
And now Titan have that entry. They've got their foot into the round, and they're not looking to be letting go just yet, not looking to subside any pressure, as it's going to be then Smiths who does get away, but he has allowed some T's to slink their way on towards platform, and now they're all just bundled together courtesy of the flashes. Just pistols to their name, and it looks like they're going to be dropping one after another, like flies. All on to Happy, who's a massive fan actually of this like late long play. Not going to be anything from this one, just a smoke and a flash.
Observer's going to be kicking himself because he just switched away from Smiths and he went and got a triple.
Just that second.
It's just the way it goes sometimes. Existence does get himself the final kill of the round, though. So Titans start things off 3-0 now. Envy had invested pretty heavily throughout that, which means they can't go for that buy once again. They're still struggling with the pistols. They are the kings of forcing, and sometimes it kind of backfires.
It does, and it can kind of bite you back quite quickly, if not harder, and we're going to be seeing that problem right now here. A carbon copy for Envy. Yes, it's going to be Apex who could be the first to go down, or not! Shox' brain is splattered over lower tunnels, and now they've got themselves a P90. That's the first of many steps they're going to have to take if they want to be able to find a footing in this round. And Existence was vulnerable. That could have been the second step. And Apex is looking to try and take it by force, as he is going to be chunked down to 22. And does hand over that P90 to someone a little healthier.
Yeah, when you get a rifle earlier, the P90 is not the best.
Of all the options available.
Of all the options you could have got, yeah, when you find someone quick and early. Not ideal, but it is going to be a B hit. They're stacking up for this one. Scream's going to be the first line of defense. They try and push towards him. Doesn't manage to find too many. Does get the one through the smoke as they keep on pushing through. Now he's going to get the support just pushing around the side. As I say that, it's Existence that did come through the door and he got taken down. And now Smiths and RPK with it all to do in a 4v2. This was a pistol round from Envy.
Smiths is going to be so angry once again. Stuff out of his control. He's on the other side, and again they lose control of B. Is it going to be the end of it, though? It looks like RPK might have something to say. It is! Keo and MBK get the final necessary frags. They're going to be scooping up rifles, even an AWP as well.
That's punishment.
Oh, and Titan are going to be furious. This B hold has not been ideal. That's 2 times they've challenged onto B. We saw Kiyoshima go very close to a 1v3 the round prior, and the same happening this time to EnVyUS success.
Yeah, that was a punishing round for Titan, no doubt about it. They won't be happy with this. Envy picking up 3 weapons off their bodies from a pistol round. Smith's the sole man over on B site this time around, so they're expecting an A hit. RPK and Scream are over on Catwalk. Now, are they going to push towards him? It looks like they will be. Kenny's going to hop up and over. Here they come. RPK's got himself tucked in the corner. Shox is with him. Finally, RPK pops out, gets himself a double. That's a trade he'll be happy with, no doubt about it. Scream gets 1, gets 2, and Titan this time read them like a book, and that was beautiful. Yeah, never mind trade. Scream just shuts down Wall Street altogether. Happy is forced to try and do everything for Envy. It doesn't look like he's going to be going down without a fight, as he narrowly misses out on an opportunity to close this into a 1 versus 2. But Titan backing away. That nade's going to be doing a great deal of damage to Scream. Good God, that was a lot. From 100 down then to just 32, but not going to be enough as Existence does find his head, and it's going to be the 4th for Titan, shutting EnVyUS back down, and that's really, really good, as it is going to take a lot of money away from Envy. Yeah, the problem is, obviously they did manage to rescue 3 of those rifles in that round, so they didn't actually spend too much money. This is going to be Shox and RPK, though, popping out. It's that position, it either works really well or it fails badly. It's when you're tucked in on that corner. This time around, it worked well. So opening exchanges go through, nobody getting caught by the tags as they pass on over. Something they haven't really got locked down yet. I mean, we haven't even had a chance to talk about the fact that Kenny S has got an AWP in his hands because we haven't really seen him using it yet. Yeah, this is going to be our first showing. Let's see if he can kind of justify the namesake of his AWP. Looking to conjure something up towards middle. Not going to find anything just yet. It's actually going to be Scream and Shox. And actually, the first man does challenge him out. It was Scream, and actually brings him down to 33. The power of Scream, but also the glass cannon of Kenny does make it costly. An exchange that most definitely does favour Titan, as now RPK and Smiths are going to be readying themselves, digging their heels in and starting to hold tighter angles because they know there's a heavy Envy presence towards short. Decent start from Titan, but they have to be very cautious here. Envy in that tricksy situation. Shox kind of caught in mid-ground there, does drop himself down. Luckily gets the support, tries the hop, skip and a jump move, but it doesn't quite work out. But Envy have been locked down as they push inside. Kenny gets himself one onto Smiths. Can he get an angle on another? He's going to have to back away to Happy. I think they're going to go for the counter rotate. No, they haven't got time. They have to stick this site. And it's just going to be Happy trying to find a peek. Gets himself one, catches a glimpse of another, or a Goose. It's going to be Scream over that.
He hasn't got the bomb.
And Existence peeking around. Well, he hasn't got the time either. He's only got 10 seconds. I think he's just trying to go for the save. Existence is saying no. He'll have none of it. And he's trying to... Oh, he got it in the end. Is he going to be able to get away? He is. 2 seconds. He's off. He's got so lucky.
So persistent. So persistent. He was like, this is happening. I don't care.
I will get the no-scope.
Third time's the charm. So, another round for Titan, and you know, I'm not going to go crazy with speculation, but I wouldn't be surprised if this game, I mean, we said already, it means a lot to these teams, both of them, of course, considering the roster shuffle. Both of these teams can kind
of... a good spawn.
Did get pulled apart and put back together again with different rosters, and Kenny and Apex especially going up against their old teammates. They're going to want to put in a good show, and that could play with their minds. Smith is the one to fluff that time, though.
He's going to get challenged. Happy's there. No, they flashed him well. He backed away. He's going to go for a second peek, though. Smith's... that smoke. They obviously know that the AWP was there, so they were well aware of the situation. Shock should be able to find MPK's head there as he's backing up. And again, remember, it is just pistols for the majority. Shock's got dinked heavy there. He did manage to come out on top. He is going to drop on down.
Just
look at Smith. Smith has gone all the way around the top there. Pushed up. Kenny does get him down, but, well, Scream will finish him off there from range. And 6-1, this is a great start from Titan on CT side.
Very, very solid start. I mean, the only kind of slip-up has actually kind of gone in their favor, considering they managed to go in the next round following it. All it did was put Envy in a little bit more of a difficult stead. You did mention, however, at the time that those were saved weapons and didn't completely mess with their economy. But here we go. It's going to be Happy and his Deagle. He's obviously got a little bit of confidence with the weapon. I wonder why. And the rest of them rocking the AKs.
Yeah. We've got one of those messed up times where I think it's Smith's that's shown as the T side. He's actually a CT. So you can see the yellow name in your X-ray there.
Oh, God. Up
in the distance. It happens a few times with the spectator these days. Not too sure exactly why, but RPK is going to be the man up close. Happy's not going to find the shots there because they're not falling for it. But it is a quick push on towards Catwalk here. Smith is going to be the man that's looking to cut them off here with his AWP. Apex, Keo, and Kenny all pushing on around. There's the flash. Does manage to get a glimpse on the one below. That was Shocks just off in the ramp, but he didn't catch him. And that could be pivotal.
That actually could be very, very huge. He's going to get caught out once again this time towards ramp, and is not going to find it. Now Shocks is taking down Apex. EnVyUS are going to have to try and consider perhaps a rotate, just as Titan have done. Now Shocks and Smiths are the ones sticking on A, and Envy are maybe considering a mid to B. Smiths kind of pushes that issue as he takes down Happy.
Well, B's been the questionable side. Scream and Existence in there. Scream gets tagged up very heavily. Finally, Existence gets picked off, but Scream not falling. 7 health was all that remained, but he did his job. And Titan holds strong. 7-1. What a fantastic start. And a match pause has been called. You can only assume it's gone from EnVyUS, who, by the way, I believe are all in the gaming house bar 1 now. I did see pictures of the swimming pool today.
They are in the gaming house? Okay.
The villa,
I know they were boot camping. I think, yeah, they're boot camping for the major. I didn't know whereabouts it was.
It's their own villa they've got. Yeah, I'm pretty sure internet set up and everything. They did have internet issues there. They played last week, 2 weeks ago. I forget what tournament final it was, but they were playing through 4G Wi-Fi. Which is, I don't even know what they were thinking. But anyway, it didn't work out so well for them. But I'm pretty sure they have internet there now. I did see pictures from the pool today, so I'm assuming that's why they're there.
Hanging out by the pool, kicking back. Going to be doing nothing but good things, I'm sure, for them. But as I say that, Titan still sitting quite happily. As we are back into the action, Smith starts as he means to go on, get to second. Shocks is going to be doing it, and it is most definitely going to be the double S. All on to NBK. Just going to try and take some life away from Scream. He does, down to 60, but no more shall be seen. And it's going to be another round on the board for Titan then. Their CT side has been looking very much a one-sided affair, as Envy have made very little impact just yet.
I feel like Smith has been given confidence with this AWP. 12 kills in. He did well. He made some pretty big plays in the last matchup as well against Na'Vi. Definitely doing very well here at home on Dust2.
Yeah, I'm just
EnVyUS have got the weapons. Double up setup finally coming out. Happy and Kenny, yes. What can they make use of it? Kenny's going to go quick peek and aggressive on B site. Is he going to find an angle? Scream and Existence are the ones that are going to be pressured by MBK and Kenny.
And now Smoke just is going to be deterring them. That's important. As the bomb's still at the top of middle, there's absolutely zero commitment from Envy at this point. Instead, they are just trying to get a feel for where Titan are structuring this hold. To be fair, rather quiet over on towards the A. Finally, Shox is the one to make the move. He was kind of playing towards middle this time, pushing back through CT, and it's going to be Apex then again, trying to find a way in, and again, he is forced back. It's been either a flash, a molly, anything, and they've just been kind of keeping Apex out of the game.
Mid to B, looks like it's coming. There's the smoke. Apex thrushes it out, manages to get around, but Scream was ready for it. Kenny S is going to be creeping around. Scream not quite finding his head. The tracer fire just above, not quite connected. Now Kiyoshima's pushed on through. He's lurking in the smoke, but Scream has made the rotate and got in position. Shox shuts him down as he tries to get in on site. MBK finally gets himself one, but Titan are all over this site. Now Kenny S was holding the back door, and that is about all that's left because he is a single man, and that bomb is well out of position. He's got an AWP, but unfortunately he's going to have to save it.
Yeah, and while he does that, you can talk a little bit about the numbers. Having a look at Dust2, you know, we said that both teams do like it. In the past 3 months, though, we have been seeing a whole lot more success on the side of Titan. They played it 12 times and won it 9. They really have been finding a lot of form over on Dust2, and that's not against, you know, nobodies. That's against the cream of the crop of CS. We'll talk about that in a second. Kenny might very well be losing his AWP. He isn't quite ready for this one. Does take Shox, though, down, as he's just trying to keep himself safe, and he does do that. On the other side of things for Envy,
oh, he got him!
Oh no, last second and the AWP is gone. 4 wins in 10 games of Dust2 recently, and it's always interesting when I talk to MBK because of the constant changes in, you know, their Dust2 positioning. They were mixing it up. They were changing in-game leader at one point. And I remember him saying, I used to be at B, now I'm mid, now I'm B, now I'm A. Like, he really has been kind of thrown around, and as has a lot of the envious Dust2 playbook. And look at this from Titan. They're going aggressive up mid, and this is on a buy.
This is risky play. Happy is the one that's up suicide. Keo and Apex both in lower tunnels, creeping around. Smiths is just holding the angle, doesn't quite land the shot, but he can back away, it's no problem. Shox does get taken down, but Existence also does get MBK as he tried to creep his way through smoke and B tunnels.
Oh.
So a 1-for-1 trade, but both Apex and Existence have come out pretty wounded from the exchange.
And I mean, Scream, he went so aggressively so early, and I would have loved to have seen him kind of linger, you know, around that upper mid, because he could be catching them now on the rotate to long. Instead, he has just dug himself in back over towards A. He's actually going to get on towards Car, I reckon. So is RPK. Big pickup from Smith, though. That's Apex now chopped down. Could have found a second as NVR on the rotate through mid and isn't hitting enough. He's going to get away with his life, though, quite fortunately. Or not. Kenny's nade does take the remaining 17 points away. And Envy still look kind of indecisive.
Absolutely. RPK is pushing out of long. So he's going to try the wraparound, but it's all on Scream here. The man in Goose. We've seen this position work successfully quite a few times. Kio's going to hop around, does catch him off guard. Scream trying to find the head, went a little too high there instead of just aiming at the body. Who am I to question, though, when RPK comes around and does exactly that. Doesn't quite get the second, though. Happy little sidestep, little jinx. And now Existence, who was tagged so heavily early on, down to 8 health. He's got it all to do. And Happy will pick up the round. A very important one, because as you can see by the numbers at the top of your screen, Titan have had the lion's share of this first half.
Yeah, Happy's just handing out free haircuts to Envy at this point, to Titan at this point. Very, very nice. As they finally find their second.
I'm not sure Titan like that as well. They like their hair.
I mean, Scream would be furious.
They're very delicate about their hair. Shox and Scream. You can imagine that pair in the morning. Taking a long time.
I think they share a room for that very fact. You know, they've got to. Otherwise, the hairdryer demand would be a bit high in the hotel. But you're right. We are going to be seeing a full rifle game. No AWPs in play for this one. And they do seem to kind of throw a lot of their numbers, a lot of their play towards middle early. I wouldn't be surprised if actually we see a bit of a change in pace. In fact, look at this. Apex is battling for some mid control. I'm pretty sure Shox may have caught a glimpse of a shoulder or not. Apex finally finding first blood, and Scream puts him back in his place quite swiftly as Envy are splitting. Kenny mid, Happy over towards short, and Envy in the bomb, or rather MBK in the bomb, is over on B.
MBK is going to be the one that creeps through, but Existence is ready and waiting. Kenny finds a beautiful angle on Smiths there, trying to sit in those boxes.
Hang on.
And that's actually drawn the attention. Envy complete rotating away from this.
And Happy's on A. He's like, guys, get that bomb over here. Kyo's got his running shoes on. He's going for a sprint. And RPK could have caught something. Kenny just a little too alert. And now Scream is just going to try and find an exit on towards NBK. He knows he's miles away from actually making an impact into this round. I say that. It looks like he could very well catch NBK. He does so through the pillar. Not going to find the second as he's caught with his knife in his hand and his pants around his ankles. Kenny S, very influential in that round as he finds 3. And that's going to be 9-3.
How often do you have your knife in your hand and your pants around your ankles?
So the situation I envision.
He's trying to hop and he can't move.
So he's in the
his
kitchen.
Pants around his ankles.
He's in the kitchen.
Okay,
he's doing some chopping. He's chopping onions.
Chopping onions. Yeah. So your tears are going.
So he's crying as well.
Yeah.
That was part of the picture.
Right.
And then a kitten jumps up and tries to climb him, pulling his boxes down. There you go. That's it.
Okay.
That's when it's a real life.
How often do you envision Scream naked? That's the follow-up question. Anyway, getting back to the game. It is just pistols for Titan. So Envy are looking to pick up this round. I can only imagine the Twitch chat right now. MBK is the single man, the gatekeeper, as they are 4-man stacked in B site. The rest of Envy all heading over towards A to get that plan down.
That's a free one.
So a free round very much coming out for Envy here.
Yeah, Titan took a risk, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. They were holding 5-7s and USPs at tight angles, but nothing's going to come of it other than perhaps an AK off NBK if they play this right. Smiths has got the right eye line. He wasn't quite peaking at the time, though, and you can see that it does suggest that Smiths is kind of playing for the T side at this point. A little bit of a go-TV bug there. Actually, Scream. Don't think he's going to check that corner. Tell a lie. And actually, Envy are on the hunt. They want to take whatever they've brought into this battleground.
Pistols.
I mean, they're still
literally, they bought nothing. They've bought nothing.
5-7.
Was there a 5-7 before? I didn't see it before he died. Didn't quite catch it, but they all just got absolutely picked apart. Free kills for Envy.
So a little bit of extra money, I guess, as well as taking the 5-7 away.
Yep.
Keeping everything.
Every little helps.
Under wraps, and another round for Envy then. 9-4 as Envy are starting to mount a pile of rounds, 3 in a row consecutively. The only other round they managed to acquire was straight off the back of the initial 3. And here we go, trying to see if Envy can close this gap even further. 9-6 would be tough pill for Titan to swallow, I think, after their initial start.
Considering the start, yeah, definitely. It was a very good start for them. They got to 9-1. Let's see, though. They have got M4s. It's totally turnaroundable. That's horrible.
Turnaroundable.
Every now and then. Okay, no. Not going to go into that song. So Apex Kenny pushing on to Shock. Shock's just around the corner. Wow! He was holding the drop angle and still got caught out by Kenny. Managed to catch him mid-air, I think, as he's backing away. And now this looking like a mid to B. Scream's going to be the man that could put a dent in this plan, though. He's just got the angle. Neither really looking. Kenny peaks and gets himself a second.
Yeah, great synergy then from Envy. That flash, of course, forcing him to either be blind and go down or have his back to him and go down. He chose the less honourable route, turned his back, and now it's going to be RPK. Yeah, I'm going to be seeing Kenny find another one. He has been a little bit alight in these last couple of rounds. Another 3 for him as he's going to be sitting quite happily at the top of the scoreboard. 15 for Envy, or rather Kenny. I don't know why am I calling each player Envy today? I think it's that lack of caffeine again.
We're definitely starting to slow down, I feel, as the hours tick on. But
let's wake up. Let's wake up. Here we go. Here we go. Because this is a huge game.
Triple AWP. It's going to be a shooting range, boys. Here we go. Here's the gallery. Can they manage to catch anyone passing by? No, they didn't land a single bloody bullet. Rubbish. Rubbish. Fired a lot of them.
Just yet.
4 AWPs actually there now. They went 4. Now they're going to switch to AKs and actually make a proper round of it.
Yeah, quadra AWP. And you can see, look at that, Smith, balls of steel, peeking where there were just 4 AWPs with his scout, and does damage. Kyo is brought down to 32, trying to cut him down to his size, and actually potentially hitting a second shot there. Did actually take Kenny down to 57, so already the scout's paying for itself.
Oh, and MBK.
MBK does take 2 out of the running for Titan. This could very well be 9-6, and Titan are going to be a little less than happy about this one. Nade exchange does actually favour the Titan boys. This is where the scout can really clean up. They're all low, and oh, the one person he shouldn't have hit. He does bring MBK within an inch of his life. That's 3 now for the natural-born killer. And it's just going to be RPK who's left with a CZ and a flash. Looks like Envy have managed to close the gap to a 9-6 scoreline. That's huge for Envy. Titan's still sitting on 9. It's not awful, but the fact that they started so strong. At one point, the score was about 8-1, I think.
8-1, yeah. They're going to be kicking themselves, like you say. It was that couple of rounds, and I think EnVy actually picked it up off the pistol, was that one round that they originally picked up back in, all the way back at about round 5 or 6. So yeah, not the greatest for Titan there. They started off so strong and it was looking like it was almost a done deal. But now do not write EnVy off. What are you thinking, Shocks? What are you thinking?
Trying to get inside his head, quite literally. Yeah, let's have a little look to see what the EnVy boys get to do with their pistol, get to do with their CT side. Titan now have to come to them, have to go on the offensive. And it could pose to be a rather interesting game here, ladies and gentlemen. Not forgetting Titan have had a much more successful record on Dust2 as of late. Picking up the win would mean a lot to EnVy, both in the standings, of course, trying to chase both TSM and Fnatic, but also just for themselves on Dust2. Keo evades the flashes nicely. This could go very well for EnVy at this point. Scream charges in though and does what he does best. As we are going to be seeing a very ammo-less Apex. He goes down as well. Scream in the meantime gave RPK a nudge of encouragement that hurt a little too much. And now it's going to be a 3v3.
Question is, who's going to come out on top? Bomb plant goes down. Existence will put that in. So now Kenny has to get himself a pick around the side there. Happy though. Actually up on the box. Nicely done from him. Good little position. Realizes Shocks from behind. Gets himself around on him. And now Existence with it all to do. Pops out a window. Gets himself one. Can't quite get the second. And MBK will get the defuse in. So close.
Hard place. That's exactly that situation. It was like, this side note, that was the end.
Yeah.
And we are going to be seeing EnVy start as they mean to go on. I can see this going horribly wrong now for Titan. Spiral a little out of control. As after starting so strongly after a game that can mean so much to them, and now seeing with the pistol, we could even see an equalizer. That's what's scary. This could end up 9-9, and they'd have lost, what, a great deal of rounds back-to-back, with maybe one in the between, a little bit of kind of a seasoning for them, but that's not enough. And now they're going into Armor Tech 9s. They do not want to see that equalizer on the board so soon into the second half.
Apex even saving it as well, going with just the 5-7 here. Could get himself a great deal in that last round, of course, so maybe just couldn't afford a great deal, but Keo just rattling off those shots with his MP9, trying to find something, and Smiths actually was the other side of that, but didn't get tagged up. Titan looking like they're going to stack. It's going to be a straight A hit. 4 members through Catwalk. Kenny S is sat ready and waiting. MBK sitting at long. Shocks looks like he's going to be joining the team, still holding back door. Yeah, it's going to be a long A push for him.
This is a problem, actually, because Kenny's going to be the one to try and be the initial hold, but he's only got an MP7. They've got armor. It's going to be difficult, but not for him as the bomb's loose. And now the backup brigade has arrived. Existence has made an impact, and quite a large one, with 2 frags, but now it's all on to Shocks. He's on long. Kenny only has an MP7 to work with, and this Tech 9 was doing good work, not enough. As that's going to be 2 then for Kenny himself. And majority of EnVyUS contributing to that one. Just Keo not picking up the frag, and now the second eco really for Titan.
But like you said, I mean, if they'd have just stuck around Catwalk and actually pushed onto Kenny. Kenny was the only man here. Everybody else was down below. They all hopped straight over. He had the MP7. Everybody else below had the FAMAS. They literally jumped into the firing line. It was, it's one of those things you just can't read sometimes.
Kenny was the frying pan and the CT spawn was the fire, I think, is the case there.
Happy holding the angle. Could catch a few of them as they push through dark there. Instead, he just takes a couple of steps back. Ooh, but Apex catches one, but will get taken down by Scream. Quick headshot flick on him from the P250, which has drawn Kenny's attention. Kenny's moved on down towards mid. And they're still lingering. Happy still holds his ground here on short.
Okay. Happy could very well just take his out of the running, and he does so. 2 bullets and a kill. Nets himself.
MBK is about to get pressured here.
How much pressure? It looks like he's relieving majority of it on long. Just 1 man still standing. It's just RPK.
Happy gonna get the single tap downs onto RPK as well. 9-9 all square. And that's what we were talking about after the pistol. Finally, they do manage to wrap things up. And it is all square 9-9.
Okay, Kenny then grabs himself the AWP. It's always good to play it safe. And get that in his hands. Where's he going to take it? Looks like he's going to go for the long peek, and only 1 man looks like he may very well be considering a challenge. It's going to be Shocks, who will be walking into 3 members of EnVy if he chooses to do so, but exchange of smokes suggests it's going to be a rather quiet start over towards the long side of the east side of Dust2. Now, is looking towards short and finds Existence, caught with a nade in his hand. An awful fate for him. And now Titan looking to go for a mid to B. This could be pretty hot for Keo and Apex.
Well, they're in a real tricky situation. RPK hasn't put too much pressure down, though, through tunnels. Now he's pushing through, but it's Smiths that manages to land the first kill on towards Keo. And now Apex all in trouble. Gets himself into the smoke, though. Hasn't been taken down. Instead, he chooses to rush through the doors and join the rest of his team around mid. It's a 4v3, and Envy are already going for a save.
Yep, smart move to make there, especially when you've got the AWP in play and you would be going into what would be... I mean, you lost the round, you're looking at pistols. Smart from Envy to enhance their next round. They've already managed to find the equalizer in what was a 8-1 scoreline in favor of Titan not too long ago. So very, very impressive. Titan, though, do find double digits, and that's important for them as well.
Well, it stops the rot as well. They've gone, what, 9 rounds running, 8 rounds running without picking anything up. So it does get themselves back in the books, but Envy saving will give, of course, Kenny the kit himself the AWP.
Oh, double.
Happy just goes, you know what, I can have one of those as well. So we're probably going to see one down at long and one at doors maybe. We'll see where they take them.
I mean, Kenny's got the one of the best spawns for that mid-peak. I wouldn't be surprised if he just go for that, flashing himself in as well.
Happy's going to join him.
He's going to go for the peak. This could be a very dead Shox, but no, fast smoke from the T side does enable that. No, repositioning was perfect. He had a line, didn't quite connect the shot. A rarity these days for Kenny. In the meantime, Apex does get one. Is traded out nicely by Shox because Titan played it so well. They're allowed to have this freedom in middle, and now MPK's being challenged on long. He's so damn vulnerable. 17 points of health. Shox finished what Smith started, and they just keep on coming. Titan have the numbers advantage. 3 for Shox so far in this round as he finds Kenny. No AWP for him. And it's Happy and Kia that have to try and retake this site and round.
Yeah, that really backfired on Envy. They tried this ballsy play with those AWPs. Happy does get himself RPK down, but a 2-on-1. Don't expect him to go too challenging in this. Oh, I tell a lie, he switched it. Got himself an M4 and he's going for it. Shox is holding the angle, sitting on the bomb. Couple of loose shots from Happy, trying to draw the attention, but that molly will force him down and force him into an awkward crossfire, a scream, and Shox had the angles covered. Gets himself a AWP as well in the exit there. Very risky stuff for Envy, no doubt about it. They went for it. And more importantly, because of that play, MBK couldn't get down long, and he was all the way back at A site. He was the man that was having to hold site along, and that just gifted them the entire A site.
Is this going to be a replay of what we saw on Train? You know, Titan got an early lead, and then Navi came back after a timeout. Is this really going to happen 2 times in a row? Smith does touch Apex through doors. And now we are going to be seeing a potentially a 12th round. You say potentially, I never am going to rule any team out on just the Deagles at this point.
After seeing them 14-1 turnarounds on T-side, I'm never ruling anything out again on the on this map between Fnatic and NIP. It was the craziest match I've seen in a long time. Shox, though, with his SMG, is going to find himself an easy one on towards Apex. Gets a second little couple of taps on Keo in window. Ooh, Smith's also finding MBK. He tried to take advantage and push around Catwalk, but caught napping.
Keo and Kenny then, both kind of trying to get their eyes on towards middle. It's going to be Keo who just fire off the first shot in existence, just puts him back in his place with a couple of shots. Nothing to kill him, though. Ooh, very nice from Happy, as he does finish what Keo began a lot further on in the round.
Oh, and they're coming Keo's way. It's a B rotate. RPK is going to be the man that comes around. If Keo can land one of these Deegs, it would be vital, but he had to hit the second. And this time, it is now Envy just getting mowed down in their tracks. Finally, Titan closing out. It was just pistols for Envy after all. They even got the bomb plant down at the end.
Yeah, complete then mirror of the first 3 rounds. We saw the first 3 go the way of Envy from the pistol, and immediately Titan, once given the rifles, given the opportunity, managed to find 3 themselves. 9-12 the scoreline. Let's see now where this one takes us. We are going to be seeing a P90 in play for existence. That intrigues me, whether or not he's going to be going for anything early, maybe trying to clear out lowers from any early aggression. Doesn't look like it's going to be happening, though, as you're seeing the most default hold against a very non-default assault. Look at this. Keo does find Shox. They're going to keep coming, though, straight through the smoke, and Keo is having no problems, as that's a beautiful flash. But existence completely going down. Keo has decimated the French side.
Well, that backfired horribly. They tried the fast play. We wondered where the P90 was going, and that's what they were trying. They were just like, I might as well just get something that I can run and gun with. But that actually did not work. Now, Scream with the bomb. It's going to have Smith joining him, and they're going to try and make a move. Is it going to be through mid, or are they going to try and go up onto Catwalk? Either way, every position is covered off. Happy is the one getting the spray down, but Scream will come out on top in that exchange. Get himself the first. Keo's going to push on through. He's going straight into Smith, who's going to catch him down. Envy, a little sloppy here. They had the advantage, but they've gone a little too hunty, trying to find those kills. Expecting time to sit back on their laurels and maybe try and just save, but they're still looking for kills. They're still looking for the site. They want to get on that B site. It's Scream, though. I think Smith is going to be the total fake, and Scream's going to push onto A.
Smith is selling it relatively well. Apex made the call, and NPK was straight there to aid him. But now it comes down to Scream.
They have to realize now that there's nobody else at B, it has to be on A. But the problem is they've got themselves in that position where they have to go for a retake.
Yeah, and this is nice. Because he didn't come from long, Scream going through short enables him to plan and position himself quite comfortably. It's a good flash from Kenny, though. He is going to be able to kind of keep Scream on the spot. Oh, hello, dead Kenny. As we are going to be seeing one brain splattered. Can he find any more?
God, he's so good to watch, isn't it?
It's a unique playstyle, there's no doubt about it, and now he's hunting for another brain. This time doesn't find NBK so easily, and oh dear, it's starting to be causing problems. He's getting hunted down from either direction. He does find a second, not the third, as NBK does stay true to his name. And in the...
He's got no kit.
Oh my god, he's done it. Oh my god, he didn't have a kit. Why does he not have a kit is the question. And we are going to be seeing EnVyUS fall on their face. Scream has done it.
That was awful. That was a 2-on-5. 2-on-5.
I'm in disbelief. It was only Apex who held the kit now, and you can see, look where he was. He was so far away. He couldn't recover the kit in time. And Scream, that one shot onto Kenny, neutralizing the AWP threat, meant that he had enough time to pick up the round. A fantastic play from Scream, a pleasure to watch. And that puts Titan at 13.
You can't lose a 2-on-5. Not when they did, no, when Keo did so goddamn well at that start as well, the start of that round, getting himself that triple early on. And then they just went looking for kills, looking for frags. Titan just sat back and played it well. And Smith did his job, selling the fake, and Scream just crept his way into A. Now, one little tap is all it took.
Same again. Just one kit, this time for EnVyUS. I can't believe I didn't notice that.
Well, they haven't really got the money either.
Yeah, I just truly cannot believe that I did not notice. And now it's going to be Shox who gets NBK. Scream does exactly the same to Happy, and suddenly Titan is getting dangerously close to that 14 mark. This was a heavily invested round now, as Apex does go on a retrieval mission for the aforementioned kit. And now Envy are split. They're spread thin.
They need to try and consolidate, try and do something here. They've left Keo on his own over on B side, sorry. And it's Kenny and Apex that are going to try and push, but Smiths has found one. Are they going to expect Apex up close? Probably not, which is why Smiths went down. But now, yeah, I was going to say, he's going to have to do something magical here. He's going to try and fling out that wild flash and catch one on the cross. Unfortunately for him, it's Existence who finds that head early on. And now Keo's just going to have to save. It's going to be 14 rounds on the board here for Titan. And Envy, I feel after that last round, have just gifted the game to Titan.
It does look like they did more than gifted. They wrapped it up nicely, had a bit of glitter in there as well. And throw a bow on top, because now that's going to be 14. Now they're going to be on that's probably going to be a shaky pistol armor, if anything. And RPK's even trying to take that one rifle away. He's joined by Scream. They're both hunting him down. They know roughly where it's going to be. He makes it known. Oh, he was expecting the push from behind. Keo, the cornered animal, does get neutralized by Scream. And now we are going to be seeing 14. They are actually going to be able to put rifles in their hands. I did kind of underestimate the power of the loser's round bonus. That's going to be 5 in a row from Titan.
Only just so. I mean, that's for Masses, no kit. Once again, very much little utility. They are hurting right now. Smith's got himself the AWP as well. Adds in the Tech 9 just to make sure he's secure. No tags through the door. 3-man stack over on B site here from Envy. Risky stuff.
Risky stuff, but they're kind of countering that with some sort of aggressive play towards long. I assume NBK would be playing for info. Instead, he is going to be thrown a little bit of a curveball from Titan with these fast, deep smoke, and let's keep NBK a little honest. Or not. Look at that. Tags him through the door down to 41, as well as the nade. And I think Titan are probably going to end up on towards B, looking at how this is currently structured. See that they are just waiting for NBK to kind of give the sign that a rotate should come through. But so far they've seen nothing but spray from Shox. It is just going to be traded out.
The problem is Scream and Smiths are pushing through on towards A site. There we go. Existence clears out, and now A is completely clear. And Envy are all pushing from the same direction. Apex is going to try and push around with Keo, but RPK could catch him in the back here. As soon as they try and get around the side, there we go. That's Keo trying to hop up. Apex is coming around the side. Oh, and RPK's got him as well. And now Happy in an unwinnable situation. Match point, beckoning for Titan. He's sitting in CT spawn just below. Scream's going to drop on down. Oh, he's not looking. They're not looking. They're not looking. Happy gets one, doesn't get the second. Scream span around. But it's 15-9 Titan match point.
And Titan looking to have done it, to have bested their French rivals. Apex and Kenny falling to their old roster. As, of course, it is not just over just yet. The Famous Party is being brought by Envy, but they've got zero room to maneuver. Not one mistake can be made now.
Squeaky chair, man. Don't know what's going on with that one. As it is, Titan, who honestly started off so well. They were 9-1 up, so they kind of deserves to be in this position. But Envy shook up a little bit on the T side, managed to pull it back to 9-6, but Existence, a new confidence with his team, making these plays. Obviously a lot has gone on between the likes of Titan and Envy, a lot of roster shuffles. Since Scream's joined, it seems to have given a new lease of life. Certainly been the man of the last two matches, making some huge plays, but Envy are managing to shut them down as they're in their tracks here. That bomb now loose, and RPK, the last man standing. Envy not done just yet.
As we said before, they cannot make mistakes. They don't in that round. Just Apex and Kenny do go down, recovering the AWP, and are going to put 10 on the board for themselves. Now Titan are going to try and tighten this noose as fast as they can.
Just going to leave you on that one, I think.
That was cheesy. I'm sorry.
It's not easy.
Not at all to be... It's not easy to be cheesy. And now Existence and Scream are going... Oh my god, they are just belting towards shore. Look at this. Not even giving the CTs a chance to position themselves.
They did this last round and it kind of backfired on them. This time Kenny S is in the right position to try and cut them down. But he's been drawn to long, and now Existence is on A. He's gone all the way around catwalk. Kenny's not going to be aware of this, I don't think. I'd say that. Manages to shut him down.
Yeah, very nice from Envy. Putting enough faith on Envy holding that cross, or rather Kenny holding that cross.
The last bullet
smoke.
found the head.
Now just 3 for Titan. Apex is going to be smoked out. He's going to actually consider a push through. In fact, he does. Throws the flash. Is going to kind of force 2 frags to occur. And now the bomb's loose and just one man to be found. It's going to be Smiths. He does connect onto Apex, but 3 more to find and 57 seconds to do so. He's full white. He's going to get pushed by MBK. And that is another round on the board for Envy. They are not going down without a fight. And that fight is being brought to Titan with an aggressive push from the T side. And CT's just laughed it off.
Well, it's going to be a save from Titan. This is Apex, obviously quick double through that smoke, but yeah, Envy suddenly, even though they're on match point, playing very well. Titan's suddenly going a little fast and loose, and it kind of backfired on them.
Twice.
Envy's rigid play seemed to be working out for them. Apex and MBK going to stack it out over long, no problems there. Kenny S going very aggressive actually in tunnels. 3 members around that corner, backs away quickly, gets himself the nade off just in time, which did a lot of damage, by the way, on towards RPK and Scream, and Kenny gets himself another. Will get run down eventually. Too many members, but that's going to get quickly equaled out as MBK punishes them for pushing through. Existence all alone. Oh, he's got Apex up on high. He's got nowhere to run. 3 fast rounds have netted Envy 3 quick points. 15-12. Let's see where they can go from here.
Yeah, they have been kept honest. They haven't got buckets of money, that's for certain. But Titan are in a similar situation as well. No warp this time to be brought to the fray. Hasn't been as influential, though, as it would be on Envy. That's for certain. Smith's just happy on the rifle, and he has been, at least this evening, been the dedicated AWPer for Titan. We haven't seen too many alterations from that. Shox hasn't touched it, nor has Existence.
Did he just mess up? Pretty sure I just saw a messed up smoke or something back there. Didn't quite bounce the right direction either way. MBK, is he going to go aggressive? MBK is going aggressive on long. This going to Screamer's there. That's very risky play from MBK, and Scream's going to punish him.
Yeah, that's going to pay dividends now further down the line, considering now MBK has been eliminated. They might try and push where it hurts, but immediately Apex goes into Apex mode, becomes the Predator.
Oh, that's really risky play from Kenny. He manages to get away just, but doesn't get the shot off, and Scream gets and makes another play. Happy though, on long, protecting the big gatekeeper for the whole of Titan. Scream's the only man in that pit. And if you put your money on anyone to find one of those one-tap heads from that pit position, it would be him. Apex is pushing it. Everybody else, look at this. It's beautiful. Look at the minimap. Bring the minimap up. He's completely told the fake. Everybody's turned around. Kio's all alone. There's 3 members coming.
Yeah, let's see what Kio can do. I think he's heard the footsteps. He's screaming, get over to B. Let's see what I can do. Nothing is the answer. Smiths gets the frag, and now Envy are playing to try and bring this closer to overtime. And they've got just 2 players to do it. Happy and Apex, it falls to them. They both have kits this time. That's a start, but now RPK's made it more difficult. And now all on to Happy. He's going to be looking a little bit more frowny at this point.
Where's he going?
Considering a push behind him, but little does he know, Titan are all deep in towards the site. Smiths is low, but not low enough, and now time becoming a problem as well. Does look towards another player. It was RPK who wraps it up, and we are going to be seeing Titan pick up the win eventually up against Envy. What a game that was. What a game to behold. Some fantastic plays from individuals. Scream besting Envy in a 1 versus 3 with a lack of kit. Don't be a tit. Buy a kit is what they say, and he's
a 2v5 overall that round was. I mean, Kio managed to gun down 3 people in tunnels.
Yeah,
and then just sat back, and then Envy decided to push onto them instead of just sitting out. You know, they have to plant the bomb. We've got the sides covered off. Let's go looking for kills. We can get them. And then, well, Smith's managed to get himself one. Scream got himself another, and then Scream with that beautiful little one tap where he popped up and got onto Kenny S, and that was it. Yep. The kit was lost, onto Apex, sorry. The kit was lost, and MBK may well have got the kill, but didn't have the kit. And that was kind of the big round that turned things around.
It most definitely
big
was.
Round turns things around.
I like it. Yeah, that's all right.
It's not what I wanted to use, really.
It's a late nightly. You can go tuck yourself in.
I might need to.
I think
it sounds like by my throat, I'm going to need to get some hot beverages down my throat as well.
Yeah, we're going to be...
Oh, for God's sake, get your minds out of the gutter.
We're going to...
Production and you. Everybody. Cups of tea.
Okay, we're going to be going then to talk about... you've thrown me off. I'm off kilter. I'm wobbly. Let's talk about NA then, because that's coming up later on this evening. We're going to be seeing the North American side of things go underway.
3 hours time.
It's about 3 hours time?
Yeah, bang on 3 hours time. So 2 a.m., so 3 hours time from now.
Yeah, so do be sure to head over to twitch.tv/ESEA to catch more of the North American side of the Pro League. Will Liquid continue to be a very profound presence so far? Good to see Hiko and the boys do well. We've got the games. It's gonna, I think it's only, is it 2 or 3? No, 4 games. Four games.
Cloud9 in action. Liquid Cloud9's a biggie tonight.
Yeah, Liquid Cloud9. We've seen Liquid pick up a couple of wins against Cloud9 recently, so that's starting to get interesting. Liquid consistently picking up wins against CLG as well, so keep your eyes on that one. Will CLG continue to rise to the occasion, especially on the verge of another major? So looking forward to seeing how that one does play out. On the EU side of things tomorrow, though, there is more to be seen, as we're going to be seeing 4 games, and starting with NIP up against Mouse over on Cobble.
Yeah, and also, of course, the big one really is obviously Titan. They need to get some wins here, but Mouse, like you mentioned, Mouse and IP, that's probably quite a big game now. Looking at all the losses, Virtus Pro on 8 losses, NIP 5 losses. They're going to want to get some wins here. Fnatic towards the end of the day, along with Titan against Penta, probably going to go Titan and Fnatic's way. Penta have got a lot of work to do. Yeah, Penta have, of course. Penta having a little bit of a break from the Pro League. They've got the least games played so far in the league, and that's just primarily down to the fact that they were fixing their roster, lost a couple of players, and have managed to bring it back together. So it's good to see them back in action. I'm intrigued to see how much they can find with both Spiddy in the roster up against Titan. I think Fnatic may be a bit too tough to handle at this point. But those are the 4 games that are going to be coming up later on today. Don't forget, North America kicks off in about, you said 2-3 hours? 3 hours.
About 3 hours time. So you guys do open that tab and we'll see you there in about 3 hours time.